You may have already seen this, but we really wanted to take the opportunity just to walk through what is available within the learning journey itself, and give you opportunities to ask us any questions that you might have, either regarding the learning journey itself and what is included in that, or in the certification, which has also become available earlier this quarter. Well, sorry, now last quarter, now that we've started. So here we are in our learning journey. This is really looking at the consultant administrator role view. If we were to look up here in our top bar, we can see that there's also the opportunity to click on the business user. By clicking on the business user, we actually change the modules or the courses that are available for those particular users, and it's much higher level for those particular user groups. So we can see that they still have the opportunity to join our learning room. We also have some of our open SAP courses, this one obviously being This is SAP Fieldglass. And then we move down into some of the more generic information, which is in relation to working with our products. And then we have a look at some introductions to the administration and configuration of the actual Fieldglass application. Now, by looking at this particular learning journey, there isn't an opportunity to complete the certification. If you are wanting to complete that certification, you would need to have a look at either the consultant or the administrator role view. Those will actually give you far greater depth of information available across multiple platforms and covering many topics. So what we can see here in similar manner, we have access to the SAP Fieldglass learning room. Within that learning room, if you are familiar with either ours or perhaps other of our SAP products, you'll find lots of information is shared via those rooms. And we do recommend that you either sign up to those notifications being sent to you regularly, or even just making it a bit of a habit to pop into those learning rooms and have a look at what information we're sharing. It could be information in regards to an upcoming live learning session. Perhaps it's more information about changes that have come through to the content in our certification, things like that. It also gives you an opportunity to interact with both myself and my colleagues across the globe and ask us some direct questions in regards to anything that you have about the application or the enablement activities that we have available for you. As we track down, we do have some more information about intelligent end-to-end processes. And you can see here that this is an e-learning. So it's an opportunity for you just to work through that content yourself. And at the end of it, you're actually able to earn a digital badge, which you can then go ahead and share on your LinkedIn profiles, perhaps include it on an email signature if that's what you're familiar with. And then we go on to our This is SAP Fieldglass and also getting started with SAP Fieldglass. Now, both of these offerings are available through Open SAP. And if I just click on that, it'll actually take us to the Open SAP platform. If you are unfamiliar with Open SAP, it is a free platform offering content from SAP as a whole, and it contains a lot of information, a lot of short e-learning type material whereby you get to become more familiar with our products. The way that we at Fieldglass have set this up is that the Open SAP platform contains all of our transactional training. So if you are one of those business users and you're wanting to get more familiar with what the user interface looks like, or perhaps what a common workflow process is for either contingent services or even our new module for assignment management, you can go and take these courses in your own time and become more familiar with those parts of the product itself. We also offer a digital badge for these courses. So you can see this is SAP Fieldglass has the little badge, as does Getting Started with SAP Fieldglass. As we progress further down, we have a look at the deployment method. Now that's obviously for some of you who may be our partners, who are helping to implement customers that are going live with Fieldglass. And that just helps you become familiar with the common Activate methodology that we use here at SAP. Now, as we become competent, this is really where we start getting into the real meat of our SAP Fieldglass product and administering that, as well as configuring the application for our customers and partners. Or if it's perhaps you're an administrator for one of our in our customers' site, self-managed customers, and you're wanting to be able to get hands-on and actually do some simulations and practice that configuration and making changes to your tenants, you're able to do that in our obviously safe simulated environment, and working through those e-learnings all the way up to the certified application associate. And so as you can see here, it is available for you now to take part in that exam. After you've become competent, we also offer some additional skills. So having a look at the advanced rates module within SAP Fieldglass, where we really deep dive into the various types of rates that can be configured, looking at rate schedules and the rate rules and the intricacies of those, which help to drive compliance to pay rates, and meeting all of those different requirements around the globe. We also have the Introducing SAP Fieldglass Assignment Management, which, as I mentioned earlier, is available through OpenSAP, where you can also gain a digital badge. Now, what will also come out in the near future is our Staying Current. So once you have completed the certification exam, as with SAP products across the board, we do multiple deployments and iterations of that, releasing new features and functionality throughout the year. Now, in order to remain certified, you must keep up with those keep current e-learnings and opportunities that we put out there, so that you are most familiar with the existing content that's out there and available for customers to deploy. And so I really wanted to take you through that today. Is there any questions at this point in time? I know I just rattled off quite a lot of information to you all. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to perhaps pop them in the chat, and I'll take a moment or two to answer those. Or if it perhaps is easier, I can also, just you can take yourselves off mute, and then we can have a bit more of a conversation about what is available throughout the Fieldglass learning journey. Okay, great question. So you've completed the 2 courses available. Looks like you're still to complete perhaps one of those, the Getting Started with SAP Fieldglass, and they've not yet been transferred into Learning Hub. I think, Shiva, one thing that we have seen of late is that perhaps in OpenSAP, there is a different email address being used to what your license is in Learning Hub. If that is the case, please send us an email and we will be able to help make that correlation between the badges. But it is, okay, same email address. We will still need an email from you, Shiva, to have a look into that. I'm not sure, I can't answer directly in regards to that at the moment, but if you do send us an email, we can certainly have a look into what is happening there for you and hopefully get that assigned over into the Learning Hub for you. Okay, so Rohit, you've just asked about SAP launching the certification for Fieldglass. Yes, we absolutely have. If you're able to see my screen, of course, I hope that you are. You can see here that we have the SAP Certified Application Associate exam. So you do need to be able to sign up to complete that. And it's all completed through SAP Learning Hub. So you will need to complete the required modules previous to that. But yes, we certainly do have the certification. It came out at the beginning of Q2 this year. All right, and Anand, so what are the options to subscribe to Learning Hub? Great question. It depends really on what you're looking for, you know, and certainly where you're coming from. If you're coming from one of our SI partners, there might be the opportunity where your organization has already signed up to Partner Edge and they have access to Learning Hub through the Partner Edge. Or perhaps you're coming from one of our MSPs and you might be looking at just taking a license that's associated to the procurement and networks products, which is really for Fieldglass, Ariba, and I'm not sure about Concur, but definitely Fieldglass and Ariba. So it does depend on what you're looking for there. But if you were to go to training, and let me just jump into this, training.sap.com, you can actually see in here the types of Learning Hub licenses that are available, and you can make your selection there. There is also the opportunity to reach out to our teams directly to help really understand what license would be best for you. I hope that answers your question, Anand. And Rohit again, so is there any SAP Fieldglass sandbox environment available? And if yes, how do we gain access to it? Really great question, and it makes me very excited to hear from you, Rohit, that you're wanting to get in and be hands-on in regards to Fieldglass. We are currently still working on our live access, so that is hopefully going to be available in Q3. However, don't hold me to that one. We are still working through some of the finer details, and what we will do is we'll make sure that it is notified to all of you who are members of our SAP Fieldglass Learning Room. We'll make sure that that's notified to you in there, and then you'll be able to make the necessary arrangements and perhaps purchases required to access the live access. Okay, all right. Are there any other questions from anyone who's on the call today? Anything that you wanted to have a look at in a bit more detail? Can I perhaps see a show of hands from you all as to who is already a member of our Fieldglass Learning Room? And fabulous. Okay. If you are not yet a member of our Learning Room, I do recommend you try and get access to that, because as I mentioned, there is a lot of information that we do share through that Learning Room about either upcoming live sessions, much like this, opportunities for other types of learning, perhaps our Did You Know sessions. Certainly in the future, we're going to be having other types of learning opportunities, perhaps some more scheduled public sessions. Certainly in this time, they will be virtual, but we'll notify people and advertise those via our Learning Room as well. All right, well, if there's no other questions today, that was all that I had for you, and I really thank you all for joining. And I'll stay here for a little bit longer in case there's any questions that perhaps you wanted to ask without other people on the call, but I'll stay here for a few more moments. Otherwise, have a wonderful day or afternoon wherever you might be based. Thank you so much again.